Welcome back. We've got Madeline and I and our little Libby dog here, and we are going for a hike today somewhere kind of cool. You can probably hear airplanes in the back. We're right by the airport. This is an old missile silo site. So here's our map, and there's a 5-mile loop, a 3.5-mile loop, and a 2.5-mile loop. And we are kind of pushed for time, so we are going to stick to the green trails. In the late 50s, the government decided to build 9 missile sites around Spokane. And one of the places that they chose was here in Deer Park. I didn't even know this was here until like a week ago, and someone put on Facebook, hey, anybody want to go hike the missile site? And I'm like, what? Where is that? So I looked it up, and all of the missile sites have been decommissioned. Like, there's no evidence really here that that's even what it was. The only one that's still in use is the one in Reardon, Washington, and the CDC bought it, and who knows what they use it for. But we're here at the one in Deer Park. Now, at one point they had an Atlas missile housed here, and in 1962, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, they actually had it manned 24 hours a day for 13 days straight on high alert, waiting for orders because they thought they might have to actually launch one off. So this is kind of fun. So right now it's mostly just foresty. This is pretty close to town, so I wasn't sure what it would be like. But when I pulled up and saw all the barbed wire and fencing, I was like, where the heck are we? But just right next to the airport. Now you can see there's some hail on the ground still. Now I chose today to come on this hike because the weather's starting to turn, you know, it's November, and today was supposed to be the sunniest, best day of the week. So I drive to the school to get Madeline, and it starts hailing. I'm like, what? It's supposed to be beautiful today. So luckily the sky's cleared up, and there's hopefully no more hail coming, but it's still pretty chilly. But yeah, you can still see the hail on the ground. We got Miss Liberty here. All right, so we've come to the first trail marker. The red trail goes that way. Blue and green continue this way. And like I said, we're on a time crunch here, so we are going to continue to go this way.
The curve up here.
So there's another trail marker, and we actually just saw someone walk up that way. Oops. And then our trail marker is this way. So as you can see, it's mostly big open trails. They do a lot of horseback riding here, I've heard, and also cross-country skiing and like snowshoeing and things like that. So they're nice wide trails. And then every once in a while, you'll hear an airplane take off from the airport. Oh, and Liberty's wrapping me up.
Slow down.
Lots of hail still back here. Coming into a stand of some different kind of trees. It's mostly all been pine. So the green, we just came down that road and it's pointing back that way. And then the red and the blue say to go that way. So I'm guessing we've completed the half circle. What you doing?
Just staying here.
Okay, so I'm guessing that we just go back this way.
Stop, Liberty.
A little bit of downhill. It's really been a nice, easy trail. Madeline tells me she likes to hike as long as she doesn't have to go uphill. So is this hike Madeline approved?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, maybe when we have more time, we can come back and do like the 3.5 or the 5-mile loop. This part of the trail has houses along this border. Imagine having all this as your backyard to just hike as you wish. And yes, Liberty slipped her leash, and so we've been letting her go for a little bit. And of course, the first thing she does is go off to the side and pees on her leash. Nice, Liberty. Madeline decided it's about snack o'clock. Of course I didn't pick her up and forget to bring her a snack. What kind of a mother would I be? That tree is smoldering. And it's off to the side on someone's private property, so I'm assuming it's fine, but just not what you expect to see on a rainy, haily day. But meanwhile, I see another sign up here with a green arrow. So we did follow the right trail. Oh, it says we can go both ways. That's not confusing at all. Well, I'm gonna assume we go back this way because the parking lot was this way. And that way seems like it's gonna go more foresty. So here we go. So this has just been a really nice, windy hike. Big nice trail through the forest. Very easy, beginner type trail. I'm really enjoying it. I really do think we are gonna come back another time. I think this is from woodpeckers. We get trees that look like this on our property too. And I actually caught a woodpecker in action the other day. Well, the skies have definitely cleared up. There is not a dark cloud in sight. Even though on camera it's coming up kind of dark, it is much better than when we arrived here. All right, and there is our parking area and the sign. And I'm not gonna lie, I was getting a little bit worried. Madeline and I passed a sign that was for the blue trail, and it was pointing from the way we came and back this way. And I was like, wait a minute, we're on the green trail. So, and as you can see, it's starting to get a little sunset. We got Dylan to pick up from wrestling. So I was real excited to see this fence. So the blue trail is the same as the green trail, just more of a rectangle. So you can see the bottom, whoops, the bottom half here is exactly the same. So that's why we saw the blue signs. All right, we made it back to the car and we have plenty of time to spare to go pick up Dylan. There was a moment when we first got on the trail and we'd been going for a little while and we saw a guy, Madeline? And he was coming towards us from the other end of the trail. And then we had barely just seen him and all of a sudden it looked like he darted to the side and we're like, what the heck? And so if it would have just been me, I would have just turned around and left. But since I had the dog and everything, I pulled out my knife and just held it at my side. And then when we got up there, the trail did turn off that way. It was just, he must have done the trail backwards and came back around that way instead of going forwards like we did. So I kind of kept turning around and checking our backs the whole time, but everything was fine. It was just my paranoid mind. I'm always thinking someone's gonna murder me. But Madeline, scale of 1 to 10, what kind of hike was that?
A 6.
6? I'd probably give it a 6 too. The scenery was kind of the same. It was all pretty, nice, level, flat trail. Not real exciting. Nothing amazing to film, obviously, because you watched the video. But it was a good time, so I'd come back and do the longer trails. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I got this. Look at that. We found a moose just grazing on the side of the road.